What if I told you the truth? That I fell in love for the first time right here when I was 11? What if I spent the last 15 years hiding in the shadows? What if I don't want to waste another moment hiding? What if the world isn't ready? If I told you the truth, would my world go up in flames? But honestly, maybe I would rather watch it burn to cinders if it meant I can finally love and be happy. But what if you're not ready for the truth? Would you stare? Would you fire me? Would you even still love me the same? What if I stopped hiding? Stopped lying? What if I showed you my colors? What if I told you about him? The truth is, when you're finding your colors, some moments in life give you strength.
Now to that historic Supreme Court decision legalizing same-sex marriage across the land, and it's profound. The 5-4 vote, in many ways reflecting the huge societal shift of the last 20 years.
It's the most important gay rights ruling ever, and it's the culmination of decades of legal battles. It comes from a Supreme Court that just 30 years ago said gay people could be punished as criminals.
Other moments test your strength and push it to its limits.
Good evening, and as we come on the air this Sunday night, America is just now coming to grips with what unfolded here in the early morning hours here in Orlando. A massacre at a gay nightclub right here behind me. You can see the sign, it's black and white, just over my shoulder here. And at the center of it all,
and some moments make you realize how lucky you are to live in the era you do. Because even 50 years ago, the storyline was vastly different for us.
Most Americans are repelled by the mere notion of homosexuality. The CBS News survey shows that 2 out of 3 Americans look upon homosexuals with disgust, discomfort, or fear. 1 out of 10 says hatred. A vast majority believe that homosexuality is an illness. Only 10% say it is a crime. And yet, and here's the paradox, the majority of Americans favor legal punishment, even for homosexual acts performed in private between consenting adults. We discovered that Americans consider homosexuality more harmful to society than adultery, abortion, or prostitution.
I had one friend who was beaten savagely by his father, and he beat him, in fact, with bricks.
Homosexuality is in fact a mental illness which has reached epidemiological proportions. The fact that somebody is homosexual, a true obligatory homosexual, automatically rules out the possibility that he will remain happy for long, in my opinion. The stresses and strains the psychic apparatus is subjected to over the years will cause him, in time, I think, to have increasing difficulties. I think the whole idea of saying the happy homosexual is to, again, to create a mythology about the nature of homosexuality.
That looks innocent enough, doesn't it? Lots of young people hitchhike. Seems like a good way to get from one place to another. But sometimes there are dangers involved that never meet the eye. What Jimmy didn't know was that Ralph was sick. A sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious, a sickness of the mind. You see, Ralph was a homosexual, but all homosexuals are not passive. Some resort to violence, as in the case of Mike Merrick. One never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill. So keep with your group. And don't go off alone with strangers unless you have the permission of your parent or teacher.
Love expressed in secret, lives too often lived in the shadows. For generations, to be gay meant being forsaken by family, fired by employers, even risking arrest or forced hospitalization.
This man is 27, college educated. he was unable to hold a job because of his inability to contain his homosexual inclinations. He's been in jail 3 times for committing homosexual acts. If he is arrested once more, he faces the possibility of life. He is now on probation and in psychotherapy.
Is there any public purpose served by a possible 60-year maximum or even 5-year minimum imprisonment of the occasional or one-time homosexual?
The policy of the department is that we do not employ homosexuals knowingly, and that if we discover homosexuals in our department, we discharge them. It's a department that is concerned with the security of the United States.
In 1994, hopes that a Democratic president might usher in a new wave of equal rights for gay and lesbian Americans were dashed when President Clinton signed Don't Ask, Don't Tell into law, preventing gays and lesbians from serving openly in the military. It wasn't until 2003 in the landmark Supreme Court case Lawrence v. Texas that laws criminalizing sex between gay people were ruled unconstitutional.
But that's just it. How come every decision when it comes to equality is a landmark decision? Why does it have to be a decision at all to be human, to be equals? For decades, we were looked down on by society, with much thanks to the Catholic Church.
A grave problem when we go before the general membership of the church and we say, here's a homosexual, is he acceptable? By that I simply mean, can you accept him with compassion and love and attempt to help him? And all too often, of course, the reaction is going to be one of revulsion. This I admit and recognize, and we have a constant battle with ourselves. This is sin on the part of the church. Our reaction in any situation ought to be one of compassion and concern, first of all, above everything else.
It's hard to believe, but that's what life was like for our community, even up until 20 years ago. But now, a vast majority of the nation and the world agree. Love is love, no matter who you say it to.
Apparently, back then, just admitting you were gay required some fairly dense foliage.
You are now husband and husband.
Now, of course, gay couples can show their love without so much as a ficus. On the steps of City Hall, with every network watching. I know that still makes some people uncomfortable, but they'll get used to it.
So, if we're being honest, I'll tell you the truth. I was 11 when I fell in love for the first time, right here. It took me almost 14 years to realize that love was perfect in every way possible to feel.
I want you guys to know that I'm gay.
It took me another year to realize the world would embrace me with open arms. And it took me 6 months to realize my family and friends already knew what I hid in the shadows. So this film isn't for me. This film is for you. That 11-year-old kid out there who is starting to question what love and happiness truly means in their lives. I'm here to tell you that though you might feel weird, the truth is you are perfect in every way possible. You might feel the world staring, but just know, though we have lots more work to do and many more landmark decisions to make, those who stare are in the minority now. But just look around. We're now living in a world where we hear gay songs on the radio, we see gay couples on TV shows, and kids can join equality clubs in their local middle schools. And that's what makes us feel normal. That's what makes us feel like we finally belong. When we see characters like ourselves in our TV shows and movies, and hear about love like ours in our music, that's what makes us feel like we are truly equal now.
I'm gay.
And that's all we've ever asked for. The truth is, if I saw a film like this, or heard an album like Pride when I was 11, my life would be vastly different. So although it may have taken me this long to realize who I was, know I'm happier than I've ever been before. And maybe you'll grow up in a world where it doesn't take you 14 years to realize love is love. To realize we might conform to some stereotypes, but we are far from weak. To realize those 6 colors don't just give us immense pride, but they give us unbreakable strength. So you wear your colors proud, and I'll wear mine with pride. Happy Equality Day.
We end as we began, with a homosexual.
Thank you for watching. We're matching every dollar we've spent making this film and donating it to the Trevor Project, the nation's leading charity helping at-risk LGBTQ youth. If you download the full Pride album now, which includes 8 brand new romantic and totally gay songs, using the link below, 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the Trevor Project as well.
Well, maybe it's just me, off in the corner crying, afraid that they'll all see. 'Cause I replaced a he with a she to describe who's with me whenever I fall asleep. Well, I'm sorry to be happy. I'm smiling again 'cause he saved me. I'm falling in love and I can feel it strong. And the next thing you know, before too long, there's always a kiss before a good night. Ain't it beautiful, this thing called him and I. Maybe it's just you, 'cause I ain't the boy you once knew. But to be fair, I never was. I put up a facade, and the world stood out my front lawn, waiting to hear my next love song. Well, here it is, boys. Well, I'm sorry to be happy. I'm smiling again 'cause he saved me. I'm falling in love and I can feel it strong. And the next thing you know, before too long, there's always a kiss before a good night. Ain't it beautiful, this thing called him and I. Well, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's no one's fault at all. Maybe it's just you. Maybe I have no right to call. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's no one's fault at all. Maybe it's just you. 'Cause I ain't the boy you once knew. But to be fair, I never was. But I'm sorry to be happy. I'm smiling again 'cause he saved me. I'm falling in love and I can feel it strong. Well, I'm sorry to be happy. I'm smiling again 'cause he saved me. I'm falling in love and I can feel it strong. And the next thing you know, before too long, there's always a kiss before a good night. Ain't it beautiful, this thing called him and I. Called him and I. Called him and I. We're at that point, we're at the brink. We're losing all control is all that we can think. Kissing under porch, swinging lights, doesn't matter yours or mine. I'm just tired of watching your tail lights. Push me up against the wall, make me feel I'm about to fall. Make me kiss and never tell, I'm already going to hell for what I'm thinking. So I might as well feel your skin as as you're breathing, and let you stay, boy. I'll let you stay, boy, and let you stay. We've been playing this game, us Catholic schoolboys say, for a couple months today. You can leave your tux at the door. You asked me if I'm sure, but I never wanted anything more. So push me up against the wall, make me feel I'm about to fall, make me kiss and never tell. I'm already going to hell for what I'm thinking, so I might as well feel your skin as you're breathing, and let you stay, boy. I'll let you stay, boy, and let you stay. I'll let you stay, I let you stay. This'll be the first night in your arms. Yesterday should be the last night we're apart. Just hold me closer if it gets cold tonight. Just say you love me and whisper good night. And push me up against the wall, make me feel I'm about to fall, make me kiss and never tell, I'm already going to hell. Push me up against the wall, make me feel I'm about to fall, make me kiss and never tell, I'm already going to hell for what I'm thinking, so I might as well feel your skin as you're breathing,